Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
We are champions of character.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold,
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine. Marking a path for the next generation. The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
a builder,
I coach,
culinary arts, auditor,
a firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes-to-officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, Consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Shry Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
We want to welcome everybody back to Waleska, Georgia, here at Ken White Field. Day 2 of the NAIA opening round, and we're in Game 2. This game will feature the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles taking on the 3rd-seeded Point Park Pioneers. Let's meet the two teams that will be taking on each other today. Point Park the 3 seed here in the Waleska bracket, hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Led by Coach Lauren Torres, they enter this game with a 42-13 overall record. They went 19-5 in conference play. The reigning River State's conference champions, and Point Park making their 8th NAIA opening round appearance, still searching for their first World Series appearance since 2012. Point Park made the trip down to Waleska last season for the Southeast Rumble. They played their first 4 games of the year here at Ken White Field. They went 2-2 during that weekend, and they welcomed themselves back and announced their presence with a bang in an offensive showcase against Jessup yesterday, which the Pioneers came out on top of 13-10. And now the home team, the number 1 seed, the Reinhardt Eagles, entering this game with a 39-16 record. They went 25-5 in Appalachian Athletic Conference play. Hailing from Waleska, Georgia, the head man in charge for the Eagles is Jonathan Burton. And Coach Burton, the reigning Appalachian Athletic Conference Coach of the Year as well. Reinhardt finished as the AAC regular season champions. They fell just short of a conference tournament crown, losing 5-4 against Tennessee Wesleyan. Reinhardt's making their 4th consecutive NAIA opening round appearance, but they are still searching for their first World Series appearance since 2018, which remains the only World Series appearance in program history. Reinhardt, in day 1 of the NAIA opening round, defeated the 4th-seeded Kaiser Seahawks in a game that they were in control of for most of it. They had a 5-0 lead going into the 7th inning. Kaiser made things interesting. They scored 4 runs between the 7th and the 8th. But behind Brett Allen and Jared Burney, the Eagles were able to survive and advance. So now here we are, game 2 of day 2. Here in the winner's bracket, only 1 team will remain and advance and punch their ticket to game 2 of day 3. Now the scenario, the winner of this game will automatically move on to the second game of tomorrow. Now tomorrow will feature the Kaiser Seahawks, who defeated the Jessup Warriors in an elimination game. Kaiser Seahawks will take on the loser of this game, and the winner of that contest will take on whichever team comes out on top here today. Should be a fun one. 2 very entertaining teams, 2 extremely talented ball clubs, well-coached squads as well. Point Park is going to do their best to knock off the number 1 seed. Meanwhile, Reinhardt will try to defend their home territory. The man on the mound for Point Park is number 18, Ethan Parker. 5th start. Parker coming into this game with a 7-4 record. He's pitching a little bit over 64 innings of work. So Parker will be tasked with slowing down what has been one of the most potent offensive groups in the entire country, the Reinhardt Eagles, entering this game with a .331 batting average. They have been absolutely phenomenal all season long. And we're going to see one of the biggest reasons why right here in this first at-bat of the game. Number 10, Jared Burney, an all-conference selection, a 3-time all-conference selection for the Reinhardt Eagles. First pitch rips this one in the left field. Burney with a lead-off single to get things started here in game 2. If you're Coach Burton, you can't really ask for a better start. Jared Burney, one of your senior leaders, one of the best players on your team, and one of the best leadoff guys in the country, stepping up yet again. And now that brings up Marcerio Allen. Allen has been a welcome addition for the Eagles this year. He's been phenomenal all season long. And Bernie is thrown out at first. Phenomenal job by Parker. He caught Bernie leaning on the wrong side of the bag, makes that throw over to first and gets him out. What a job by Parker there. 1 out on the board and a strike. That is absolutely unfortunate for the Reinhardt Eagles. Seemed like they were well on their way to a fast start. Allen lifts this one and it goes just on the wrong side of the fence and foul. Marcerio Allen has been a major addition for Coach Burton's squad. He's been a tremendous player offensively and defensively, but he swings and misses there for strike number 3. First strikeout of the game for Parker. 2 outs on the board, and we'll get our first look at number 30, Nash Kroll, the first baseman for the Reinhardt Eagles. Kroll, a phenomenal year, an average of .349. Also 66 hits, 64 RBIs. Seems like every time he makes a play at the plate, it just lifts the momentum in the direction of the Eagles. And he rips this one, goes down the left field line. Kroll rounding first, headed to second. Nash Kroll hustling, bustling, making his way to second base. And the double from Nash Kroll, a 2-out double, keeps the Eagles in the fight. Now coming up to the plate, number 7, Tucker Zdunek. Zdunek, another guy who's had a phenomenal year for the Eagles. He's hit for .348, 52 RBIs, 71 hits. Also plenty of power. Zdunek, 15 home runs on the season. Kroll actually the team leader with 21 home runs. Swing and miss from Zdunek in strike number 1. A man in scoring position, Tucker Zdunek. One of the best pure hitters in the country, a former All-American selection, but he swings and misses there yet again for strike number 2. Behind on the count, 0-2, you see there Brito, the catcher for Point Park, barking out orders to his team. If Zdunek can get one in play with Kroll in scoring position, the Eagles will be able to strike first here in Game 2 of Day 2 of the NAIA opening round. Did Zdunek go? Yes, he did. Strike number 3 and out number 3. That retires the side. Reinhardt gets 2 hits in the top of the first, but unable to capitalize. The score, 0-0. So still scoreless here in Waleska. The man on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 20, Ben Medley. Medley will be making his 18th appearance of the year, his 11th start. He's 6-4 on the season, pitched in a little bit over 71 innings this year, has surrendered 87 hits, and sports an earned run average of 606. So it's Ben Medley on the mound for the 1 seed. It's Reinhardt looking to hold Point Park at bay. And we know that Point Park is one of the best offensive teams in the country. Plenty of power up and down their lineup. 105 home runs on the year. Point Park, just a phenomenal offensive group. 535 runs this season, a 343 batting average as a team. And it's the leadoff man, Omar Murillo, at the plate. Murillo coming into this game with 77 hits, 76 RBIs. And Murillo pops this one up deep into center field. Is it going to go over the wall? What a grab. Jamel Ruckert, the center fielder, getting that one, robbing Murillo of a home run, and he tips the cap off to Ruckert. And rightfully so. That one looked surely like a leadoff homer for the Point Park Pioneers. Jamel Ruckert saving a run. What a play from Ruckert. And now we'll get our first look at Jared Campbell. Jared Campbell, the junior, also one of 2 Campbells on Point Park's team. This one is secured by Mendoza. He makes the throw to Kroll. Kroll, a phenomenal play, staying on the bag. And that's out number 2. Great throw from Mendoza. Great grab from Kroll. 2 quick outs on the board for Ben Medley as Isaac Santana comes up to the plate. Santana, the team leader in homers with 20. The pitch from Medley is low for ball number 1. Now Medley, he's had his moments throughout this year. There's been times where he's looked virtually untouchable, looked like one of the best pitchers in the country, as this one is lifted deep out into right field. And it's going to go foul, just on the wrong side of the pole. But he's had his moments where he's looked like one of the best pitchers in the country. Then he's had some moments where it's been a little bit uneven for him. So Ben Medley, as well as the Reinhardt Eagles, hoping that his best form comes out here in the NAIA opening round. Count is 1-1. Medley with the pitch. It's popped up high, deep out to left center field. Vargas is underneath it. He secures it for out number 3. That retires the side and ends the inning. A little bit of a scare there for the Eagles, but they live to see another day. We remain scoreless here in Waleska. Eagles were able to get 2 hits in the first inning, but they were unable to score any runs, and there were a few close calls for the Pioneers in the bottom of the first inning, but also held at bay. So now coming up to the plate, number 8, Dylan Lewis, the DH. Lewis has been one of the very best hitters in the entire country all season long. Second on the team with 20 home runs, but he grounds this one. The throw over to Santana at first in time. Down goes Dylan Lewis. Lewis is retired, and that brings up the outfielder, number 4, Adrian Vargas. Vargas, another player on the Eagles, having a great year. He's batting .331 this season. 33 RBIs, 55 hits. And there isn't any way that you can overstate the offensive success of both of these teams, almost spitting images of each other. Reinhardt with a .331 batting average coming into this game. Point Park .343. Reinhardt slightly higher on base percentage at .446 as Vargas fouls this one off of his chest. But Reinhardt at a .446 on base percentage, and Point Park .443. Slugging percentage .03 points higher for Point Park. Point Park with 105 home runs on the year. Reinhardt with 97. Both of those totals coming in 55 games played. That pitch is low for ball number 2. So when you have two teams with the kind of offensive attacks that they have, it's going to come down to pitching. Which pitcher is going to be able to slow down the opposing team's lineup? Vargas pops this one up in the right center. It's going back. Campbell's underneath it, and he secures the grab. Vargas flies out. 2 quick outs from the Eagles. And that brings up the shortstop, number 11, Luis Mendoza. Luis Mendoza batting .331 coming into this game. 44 hits, 38 RBIs. He has also rightfully earned the reputation as one of the more clutch batters in the entire country. In big moments, every time he steps up for the Reinhardt Eagles. Just looking back at their series against Southeastern, Mendoza, a few big-time hits during that one. Also their series against Tennessee Wesleyan earlier this year. Ethan Parker, just a freshman, so far conducting himself well, going up against the number 1 seed. Right now, the count 2-0. Parker with the pitch. Mendoza hits this one over the net and fouled off. A swing there. Ahead on the count 2-1. He may have seen something that he liked there. Nonetheless, strike goes on the board. Parker with the pitch. Mendoza, well hit ball, deep out to left field. Going back, bounces off the wall. Mendoza rounding first and headed to second. Luis Mendoza, a 2-out double. So Mendoza keeps the Eagles alive here. Now coming up to the plate, the backstop, number 18, Matty Maurer.
Now batting the catcher, number 18, Matty Maurer.
Maurer batting .321 this year. 43 hits, 31 RBIs. Maurer also 6 home runs on the season. And Maurer had a big-time walk-off home run during the conference tournament. That one coming up against Bluefield. That home run lifted the Eagles to the next day of the conference tournament down in Kingsport, Tennessee. Another guy who's had big-time clutch moments for Reinhardt. A runner in scoring position, but 2 outs on the board. We'll see if the Eagles will be able to cash in here. Count is 1-1. Swing and miss by Maurer. And strike number 2. Maurer now behind on the count 1-2. An inside move there. He's only allowed one more, or else it'll be a balk, which will allow Mendoza to advance to third. That pitch is low for ball number 2. Count knotted up at 2 apiece, 2 outs on the board. There is a runner on base, and he's at second in scoring position. Parker takes a glance at Mendoza, back at the plate. Swing and miss by Matty Mowers. Strike 3, and that retires the side. Second strikeout from Parker. We remain scoreless here in Waleska. So shifting gears to the bottom of the second inning, still scoreless. Point Park and Reinhardt tied up. And Cali Brito, the backstop, coming up to the plate for the Point Park Pioneers. And Brito is the guy that they're going to need to get going as we have a sudden stream of rainfall here at Ken White Field. Rain seems like it's picking up. The umpire pausing play. Seems like we're going to resume here. So something to watch out for. It's been on again and off again rain throughout these past 2 days. Bernie, nice play. Makes a good throw over to Nash Kroll at first for out number 1. So Brito grounds out. He's still searching for his first hit of the NAIA opening round. Down goes Brito. Now coming up to the plate, Eddie Javier Jr. Javier Jr., 345 batting average coming into this game. He hit a home run in their matchup against Jessup yesterday. Count is 1-0. And it was just a phenomenal offensive showcase for Point Park yesterday. For those who weren't able to see it, the Pioneers racking up 14 hits as a team, scoring 13 runs. It was a dominant showing for their team, but also a showing that fans of their squad come to expect from them. The way that they've played all season long at the plate, not much of a surprise. It was also a strength against strength showdown. Jessup, one of the better offensive teams in the country as well. Point Park able to come out on the right side of that one. Counts 1-2. Medley with the pitch. Javier lifts this one in the right field. It's going back. Zadunik is underneath it. Makes the grab at the wall. That's 2 robberies in back-to-back innings for the Reinhardt Eagles. Another one that surely seemed to have enough juice to carry over the wall. Zadunik able to secure it. Chris Williams, the outfielder, now at the plate for Point Park. This is going to be the first plate appearance of the NAIA opening round for Williams, and he pops this one high up into the air. A few Reinhardt Eagles are around it, and it will be Marcerio Allen going all the way into the outfield to make that play from his post at second base. That's out number 3, and that's going to end the inning. We remain scoreless.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
So now as we enter into the third inning, still scoreless, still searching for our first run of the game. And coming up to the plate for the Reinhardt Eagles, it's Jamel Rickert, the outfielder. Rickert watches this one for strike number one. Parker remains on the mound for Point Park, and he's been exceptional. 2 strikeouts in this game already. That pitch low. Rickert, only a .241 average. One of the highest on-base percentages on the team. Right there, showing bunt thinks better of it. .523 on-base percentage. Second on the team, only behind Dylan Lewis. Jamel Rickert, he's going to be very patient at the plate. And he pops this one up deep into the outfield. It's going back. Is it going to carry? No, it will not. It has warning track power. That one is secured. It's the right fielder Burrows making that play for Point Park. So Rickert flying out to right. And we're back to the top of the order for the Eagles. It's Jared Burney. Burney led things off for Reinhardt in the first inning with a single. So he's 1 for 1 on the day. Parker with the pitch. Burney watches that one wisely. Ball number 1. And a strike there. At first glance, it might have seemed like that pitch was a bit inside of the strike zone. Umpire calls a strike nonetheless, and the count is tied up at 1-1. Burney again watching, waiting, very patient. Burney pops this one up. It goes high. A few Pioneers around it, but it will be the first baseman, Santana, securing it for out number 2. Two outs on the board for the Eagles. Marcerio Allen returns to the plate. Allen struck out in his last at-bat. Allen thinking bunt there. Brito makes a play for it, makes the throw to first in time, and out number 3. That retires the side. We remain scoreless here in Waleska.
The A's representative, Jordan.
It's now moving on to the bottom of the third inning, still searching for our first run of this game. Medley remains on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles. And now we'll get our first look at the other Campbell, Jordan Campbell, now at the plate for Point Park. And Jordan Campbell stepped up in a major way for the Pioneers yesterday. Had a home run in their win against the Warriors of Jessup. Medley deals. That one is low. Count is 1-1. The pitch from Medley and a strike. Jordan Campbell coming into this game batting .316. He's also hit 33 RBIs on the year. Medley pitch outside off the plate for ball number 2. Very rarely will you see two teams this successful on offense kind of have a slow start to this point in the year. They've been so successful. So to see this is definitely a rare occurrence. But it's postseason baseball, folks. Expect the unexpected. Full count. Strike number 3. First strikeout of the game for Ben Medley. And Jordan Campbell strikes out looking. So down goes Campbell. And now coming up to the plate is number 2, Carlos Martinez. Martinez batting .329 this year for Point Park. 35 RBIs and 4 home runs as Medley throws strike 1. Martinez decides to lay off of that one as well. Ball number 1. Martinez, a phenomenal game for Point Park yesterday. He went 2 for 5. And you can say that about many different guys in their lineup from their win yesterday over Jessup. And pitch low from Ben Medley. Now a 3-1 count. Now, if you're Martinez here, you're probably thinking that you're going to lay off of it unless you get a pitch that you just can't refuse. Medley deals. Well struck by Martinez deep in the left center field. Going back. What a play. No, it's dropped by Rookard. Martinez is safe at second base. Jamel Rookard very nearly made another web gem play, but that one just falls outside of his glove. Martinez getting the extra base hit and the first hit of the game for the Point Park Pioneers.
Carlos Martinez. Brings up right field of the 13, Carlos Burrows.
So Martinez gets himself into scoring position at second. Carlos Burrows, the outfielder, now at the plate. Burrows also went 2 for 5 yesterday in the Pioneer win over Jessup. Burrows was able to hit a home run for Point Park as well. Burrows, the senior, batting .262 this season, was able to hit his 5th home run of the season yesterday. That pitch a strike from Ben Medley. Burrows a swing player for Point Park, meaning that when he's firing and he's playing well at the plate, it definitely transforms this team. So we saw the kind of day that he had yesterday, going 2 for 5. Usually his performance is a barometer for just how successful this team will be offensively. It's a big reason why they were able to explode yesterday. The pitch from Medley, this one lifted up in the right field. It will drop. Zadunik can't secure it. Martinez headed home. He will score. RBI single from Burrows. Point Park will strike first. It's 1-0 Pioneers.
Brings up to second baseman, number 1, Omar Maria.
The 9-hole hitter, Burrows, stepping up. He continues his stellar play. That's his 3rd hit here in the NAIA opening round. And back to the top of the order we go. Point Park's leadoff guy, Omar Murillo, back at the plate. And pitch from Medley just off the plate for ball number 1. Murillo flew out to center field at the start of this game. Very nearly a home run. Jamel Rookard with the robbery in the 1st inning. Rookard was almost able to do it again earlier in this inning. Smacked right into the wall and was unable to come down with the baseball. 3rd-seeded Pioneers striking first. They lead 1-0. Medley with the pitch. Murillo, Kroll, 3-6. Back to 3, but the double play will be unsuccessful. So Murillo advancing based on the fielder's choice. And that brings up Jared Campbell. Campbell grounded out in his first at-bat of the game. Biggest thing for Reinhardt there was making sure that they got the lead runner out. So now there is a runner on for Point Park, but he is not in scoring position. However, Murillo has shown a propensity of being very aggressive as a base runner. 13 stolen bases on the year. Strike thrown from Ben Medley. Jared Campbell, his brother Jordan Campbell, 2 really great players for Point Park. They were here when the Pioneers came down to Waleska for the Southeast Rumble last season. Medley, a check-in with Murillo at first. Trying to hold him there. You do not want to allow him to get himself into scoring position. And there he is, making his way to second. Will he get there? Yes, he will. Allen was off the bag when the throw was made. Murillo gets himself into scoring position. He's now at second. Also, Campbell ahead on the count, 3-1 at the plate. What will Ben Medley do here? The pitch from Medley. Swing and miss by Campbell in strike 2. Full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A strike retires the side. A ball keeps the inning alive. A grounder leaks into left center field. Murillo rounding third, slipping, headed home. Murillo will score. That is the second run of the game for the Point Park Pioneers by way of that RBI single from Jared Campbell. Point Park now ahead 2-0 on the top-seeded Eagles. So Murillo getting himself into scoring position and then cashing in after the single from Jared Campbell. Now the first baseman, Santana, is back at the plate. And Santana pops this one up. It's going to go into right field. Zadunik is tracking it. He secures it for out number 3. So Point Park able to get themselves on the board in that inning. Entering the 4th, the 1 seed, Reinhardt, down 2 runs to none.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Pass. Roll.
So now into the fourth inning. Third-seeded Point Park Pioneers ahead of the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles. 2 runs to nothing. Nash Kroll now back at the plate. Kroll in his first plate appearance was able to hit a double. Now he leads things off for the Eagles here in the fourth. Swing and miss there from Kroll in strike 1. And an update from around the Appalachian Athletic Conference. The Milligan Buffs able to secure a big-time win in the NAIA opening round, winning against Mid-America Christian. The Buffs, the upset, they were the 4th seed in that region. They came away with a victory, 4-2. And then Tennessee Wesleyan in a battle of giants taking on the Weber International Warriors. Tennessee Wesleyan coming out on top 6 runs to 2. As this pitch, a strike from Parker. The count is now 2-2. Tennessee Wesleyan is now 1 win away from yet another NAIA World Series appearance. The Bulldogs won the AAC Conference Tournament Championship. A grounder from Kroll. The throw is made in time, and that is out number 1 here in the 4th inning. That was a nice play by the shortstop Martinez, not only tracking that one, but making a perfect throw to Santana in time to get out number 1. Back at the plate for the Reinhardt Eagles is the right fielder, number 7, Tucker Zadunik. Zadunik struck out in his last at-bat. That pitch, a strike from Parker. And Parker has been superb for the Pioneers so far. Got to give him a lot of credit. A freshman coming into this game, going up against what has been to this point one of the best lineups in the country, and he has not blinked. Count is now 2-1. That pitch a little bit low for ball number 3. Zadunik ahead on the count, 3-1. Now Zadunik usually employs a very aggressive approach at the plate. Definitely not shy about swinging up 3-1, and he does so there and fouls it off. Count is now 3-2, a full count. The ball and Zadunik will make his way to first. A strike, and Zadunik will instead walk back to the dugout. Eagles looking to pick up some momentum here after Point Park was able to post the first 2 runs of this game in the 3rd. That pitch a little bit low for ball number 4, so Tucker Zadunik will make his way to first. And brings up Dylan Lewis back to the plate. Lewis grounded out in his first at-bat. And that's the true danger when you talk about this Reinhardt lineup, especially for this stretch of guys, 3, 4, and 5. Kroll, Zadunik, and Lewis. Kroll, 21 homers on the year. Zadunik, a former All-American. Lewis, a batting average well over 400, also 20 home runs on the season. A very difficult stretch. We'll see how Parker is able to handle this situation here. 1 man on base. Zadunik's at first. Parker with the pitch. It's low for ball number 2. Still just one out on the board. You can hear that Reinhardt dugout starting to get chatty. And normally when their dugout starts to get themselves into the game, when they start to get loud and rowdy, it's when the momentum generally shifts their direction. We'll see if it happens here. That pitch from Parker is high for ball number 3. Lewis ahead on the count, 3-1, and generally a very patient approach from him. Likely won't see him swing unless it's a pitch that he just cannot refuse. Parker deals, and he goes for it there. Lewis fouls it off, and it goes right off of Brito, I believe off of his arm. That's exactly what happens. Brito, he's going to try to shake that one off. And those don't feel great. You can see there Brito trying to collect himself there. They're going to give him a little bit of time to do so. Umpire checks in with Brito, makes sure he's okay, and he says he's fine. He knew that he was fine because he started barking out orders to his pitcher, so he seems to be just fine. It's now a full count. Parker deals. A grounder. A chopper. It's picked up. The throw is made. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Dylan Lewis grounds out. Zadunik, though, he's now in scoring position at second.
Number 4, Adrian Vargas.
Two outs on the board with Adrian Vargas now back at the plate. Vargas flew out to center field in his first plate appearance. This is arguably the toughest stretch in Reinhardt's lineup. You got to give Parker a lot of credit if he's able to come out of this unscathed. That 3-4-5 combo of Kroll, Zadunik, and Lewis, and following that up with a guy in Adrian Vargas. 2 consecutive strikes thrown from Parker, putting a ton of pressure on Vargas during this AB. Already behind on the count, 0-2. If you're a pitcher, you're ahead. Pretty much every pitch is at your disposal. Try to see if you can make him chase one. Vargas goes down and reaches for it and fouls it off. Reinhardt, they have 3 hits so far in this game, but they haven't been able to string them together. Haven't been able to pick up any momentum so far. Left a few runners stranded in the earlier stages. Count remains 0-2. Vargas pops this one up, and it's going to go foul over the net. Vargas again popping it up, staying alive. Adrian Vargas continuing to give himself bites at the apple. We'll see if he's able to make good of the extra chances that he's given himself. Really making Parker work to secure this out. That pitch a bit high for ball number 1. You saw him shake his head in acknowledgement there. He probably didn't really agree with the call from the umpire, but just shaking his head. Count is now 1-2. A glance as Zadunik now back at the plate. Vargas, another hack at it, and fouls it off. Again, Vargas staying alive. Again, staying in the fight. Base hit from Vargas likely leads to a run being scored for the Eagles. Inside move there. Another one from Parker during this at-bat will result in a balk. Well hit by Vargas, drops in right field. Zadunik rounding third and headed home. Tucker Zadunik is going to score. The throw is errant, so Vargas is headed to second, and he's safe. Adrian Vargas, an RBI double and a chop for good measure. Big time there from Adrian Vargas. Tucker Zadunik scoring the run for the Eagles. So Reinhardt gets themselves on the board. It's now 2-1. Point Park still ahead, but maybe a two-out rally in the cards for the Eagles. We'll see here. Luis Mendoza coming up to the plate. Mendoza hit a double in his first at-bat. Mendoza just watches that one for ball number one. Reinhardt, one of the best seasons in program history. Plenty of phenomenal moments. But really the moment where it felt like this team was going to establish themselves as one of the country's elite was their series against Tennessee Wesleyan. Tennessee Wesleyan, as Brito's going to have a conference with his pitcher, but Tennessee Wesleyan coming into that series with Reinhardt, they've held a firm grip of dominance over the Appalachian Athletic Conference for the better part of a decade. Reinhardt announcing their presence as a team to watch for by sweeping Tennessee Wesleyan right here at Ken White Field. And then later on in the year, Reinhardt had a series, a non-conference series, against the Sun Conference champion and the #1 overall seed, the Southeastern Fire. Reinhardt taking 2 games off of Southeastern in that series, winning the series 2-1. Mendoza lifts this one up deep in the left center field. Campbell's underneath it. He secures it. And that's out number 3. That retires the side. Reinhardt able to get on the board. But Point Park still ahead, 2-1.
Heading off, fourth team. Catcher number 27, Natalie Brito.
So we're resuming play in the bottom of the 4th inning. Point Park ahead, 2-1 against the Reinhardt Eagles. Natalie Brito, the catcher, is at the plate for Point Park. Brito grounded out in his first plate appearance of the game. And Brito pops this one up. It's high into the air. Marcerio Allen, the second baseman, says he has it, and he makes the grab.
Brings up the third baseman, number 10, Eddie Javier Jr.
Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Eddie Javier Jr. is now coming up to the plate. Javier Jr., the native of Bergenfield, New Jersey, and formerly from Coppin State University in Maryland. Javier Jr. flew out to right field in his previous plate appearance. 0 for 1 so far. Ben Medley deals for the Eagles. That pitch a strike. This one a grounder. Jared Burney, the third baseman, gets it. What a throw. It's in time. That's out number 2. Phenomenal play by Jared Burney. Now, Jared Burney kind of suspiciously was not named to the Gold Glove team in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. But you would be hard-pressed to find many infielders better than him defensively. He has just been a stalwart for the Eagles for the last few seasons. Williams now at the plate. He flew out in his last at-bat. And this one ripped into right field. Zadunik gets it. Williams is safe at first. A single from Williams. That keeps the inning alive. 4th hit of the game for Point Park. Jordan Campbell, the DH, coming up to the plate. Campbell struck out in his last plate appearance. Campbell, as well as his brother Jared, hailing from Sunrise, Florida. Both of them transfers from Florida Southwestern State. Jordan is the elder Campbell. It seems like we're going to have a dash to second, and Williams will win. He's now in scoring position. And this is what Point Park was able to do in the last inning. It was Omar Murillo who was on base. He was at first, got to first base by way of a fielder's choice. He stole second to get himself in a scoring position, and then Jared Campbell got the hit, the RBI. Jordan Campbell hits this one down the left field line and foul. So Jared Campbell was able to kick off the scoring for Point Park. Can Jordan Campbell keep things going for them? This one popped up. Zadunik is underneath it. He corrals it. Out number 3. That retires the side and ends the inning. Through 4. The 1 seed, Reinhardt, 1. The 3 seed, Point Park, 2.
Lead off top of the 5th. Bar.
5th inning, the number 1 seeded Reinhardt Eagles trailing Point Park by a run. Reinhardt's backstop, Matty Maurer, coming up to the plate. Maurer struck out in his last plate appearance. Ethan Parker remains on the mound for Point Park. And you can't really ask for a better start to the outing from Ethan Parker. Parker, he's a hometown kid for Point Park. A Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native. Playing with his hometown team. Went to Keystone Oaks High School. That pitch, a ball from Parker. Seemed to be a well-placed pitch there. Umpire calls it a ball. Mauer firmly ahead on the count, 3-0. Likely lays off of this one. That pitch outside and off the plate. Disciplined approach from Matty Mauer. He makes his way to first. Jamel Rooker coming back up to the plate. Rooker flew out to right field earlier in this game, and now coming into the game as a pinch runner for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 2, Jacob Profit. Profit in both 2023 and 2022 was among the nation's leaders in stolen bases. One of the fastest base runners in the country. And someone that Point Park will definitely look to be aware of as we have an infield conference. The entire infield joining Ethan Parker on the mound. And they're just talking shop, talking strategy, making sure that everyone's on the same page. And when you get to this point in the season, you get to games like these, it's so important that everybody's on the same page, that everybody understands not just the gravity of the situation, but precisely what needs to be done in the event that a particular thing happens. And you never really know until you talk about it. You have to be able to have those conversations. In postseason play, we see an uptick in those conferences on the mound. It just shows you how important these games are. Now again, the situation for these two teams, the winner of this game will move on. They will play in the second game tomorrow. The loser of this game puts themselves in a bit of a sticky situation, to say the least. They will have to play the first game tomorrow. If they win that game, then they will have to play in game 2 tomorrow against the winner of this one. As this one goes past the catcher, Brito, Profit easily making his way to second. So the loser of this game will play in the first game tomorrow. Then they will play the winner of this one. So if Point Park or Reinhardt, one of them, lose this game, they will need to win 3 games over the next 2 days in order to call themselves NAIA opening round champs and to book their ticket to the NAIA World Series. The winner of this game will only need to win 1 more in order to find themselves in Lewiston. Not only that, they will also get 2 games to win 1, so they will have the game tomorrow, game 2 tomorrow. If they lose that one, they will have 1 more chance in a winner-take-all contest on Thursday. So you really put a lot of pressure on yourself and your team if you come up short in this game. So the stakes extremely high here in Waleska, Georgia for game 2 of day 2 in the NAIA opening round. Count is 2-0. This one ripped by Rooker, drops into right field. Rooker rounding first, Profit rounding third. Profit's gonna score. Jacob Profit scoring an RBI single from Jamel Rooker brings in Jacob Profit. Big time there from Jamel Rooker. It is now 2-2. And now we will have a mound conference. Coach Torres is going to talk to his pitcher. The entire infield will join him. We'll see if a pitching change will take place or if this is just going to be a talk to try to refocus him. It seems like a pitching change will occur. But again, all the credit in the world to Ethan Parker, the hometown kid from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, taking the mound for his hometown team. He was excellent today, going up against a Reinhardt squad that has caused trouble for some of the best teams in the country. He conducted himself extremely well, and the future is bright for Ethan Parker. You can guarantee that. But his day is done as Point Park will go in a different direction.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
So the new man on the mound for the Pioneers, number 44, Jose Moreno, the 6'2" righty from Caracas, Venezuela. And Moreno, this is a homecoming for him. His previous school, Reinhardt University. So Moreno in the NAIA opening round going up against his former team. As we are back to the top of the batting order for the Reinhardt Eagles, and number 10, Jared Burney, the third baseman, is at the plate. Can't really script this any better than this, folks. We'll see if Moreno can slow down his hometown team. Rooker makes his way to second. Was the throw in time at first? The tag was made. Burney hit that one, and it careened down the middle in the infield. Rooker able to get his way in the scoring position, but Burney goes down.
And number 3, Marcerio Allen.
So now Marcerio Allen coming up to the plate. Allen 0 for 2 so far today. Struck out in his first at-bat, grounded out in the second. 1 out on the board. Another guy who was one of the very best base runners in the country in Jamel Rookert. He's at second. Just want to see if you can try to get that runner to advance, especially with Nash Kroll on deck for the Eagles. And this one chopped off and fouled by Allen. He's now behind on the count, 0-2. Moreno came in for Point Park in their matchup against Jessup. He struggled a little bit against a very talented Warrior lineup. He's familiar with these guys at Reinhardt University. We'll see what he does. That pitch outside and off the plate for ball number 1. That pitch a bit off the plate. Full count here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Moreno deals inside for ball number 4. Marcerio Allen, good eye there. So he makes his way to first, 2 runners on with Nash Kroll coming up to the plate. Kroll's 1 for 2 in this game. He has a double, grounded out in his last at bat. A lot of pressure on Moreno here, going up against very big bat of Nash Kroll. That's ball number 1. And the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position to go against the meat of this Reinhardt lineup, featuring Kroll as well as Zadunik and Dylan Lewis, Adrian Vargas after those guys. Kroll fouls that one off into the net. So now the count is 1-1. And now we hear Point Park, their dugout starting to get into it. They're trying to bring some energy. Swing and miss from Nash Kroll, but both runners will advance. 2 guys in scoring position. Allen at second. Rookert's now at third. Now the sacrifice play is absolutely alive here. Maybe just try to see if you can hit it as far and as deep as you can into the outfield and bring in a run for your team. Right now, Kroll behind on the count, but this one ties it up at 2-2. Jose Moreno going up against his former team, the Reinhardt Eagles. Kroll hits this one, leaks in the left field. Rookert's gonna score, scoops up the bat as well. Marcelo Allen's gonna score. And now Kroll headed to second. Errant throw, Nash Kroll. 2 RBI double. Reinhardt now ahead, 4-2.
Now batting, right fielder number 7.
Kroll, his second double of the game. Two runs scoring for the Eagles as well. And now we will have a conference on the mound. Jose Moreno. Unfortunate there for him. So a pitching change made for Point Park. Joaquin Rivera, the 6'1" righty from Puerto Rico. Rivera now on the mound, replacing Jose Moreno. Moreno giving up a few runs to the Reinhardt Eagles. Big time hit from Nash Kroll, and the Reinhardt Eagles have had their backs against the wall at various times throughout the year. Kroll has been one of the players that they've been able to count on in those situations. Tucker Zadunik now at the plate. Zadunik hits this one, escapes off the glove of the shortstop, and he's going to be safe at first. Kroll also safe at third. Zadunik, his first hit of the game. Runners at the corners.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 8, Dylan Lewis.
As now the DH, Dylan Lewis, comes up to the plate. Lewis has grounded out twice in this game. Big chance here for Lewis to try to get involved in the action. Reinhardt picking up a little bit of momentum here. Lewis fouls this one off near the Point Park dugout. An interesting quirk to this game, even though Reinhardt is at home. This is the Waleska bracket. They are the host for the NAIA opening round in the Waleska region, as Lewis lifts this one deep out to left field, going back, over the wall. It is gone. A 3-run shot from Dylan Lewis. Reinhardt now ahead 7-2. Dylan Lewis, he's been one of the more consistent batters in the country all season long. Steps up in a major way for his team. And I said it earlier in this inning, you really want to try to end the inning before you get to the meat of this Reinhardt lineup. That 3, 4, and 5, Kroll, Zadunik, and Lewis. A double from Kroll, a single from Zadunik, and a home run from Lewis to bring it all together. Man, oh man, Reinhardt putting up runs in bunches. We've seen them do it all throughout this year. Adrian Vargas now at the plate. Vargas 1 for 2 on the day. His last plate appearance, a double. Count is now 0-2. Ton of pressure on Rivera. That pitch is low. Point Park now on their third arm. A grounder. It's secured. The throw is made in time for out number 2. Now it's Luis Mendoza. Mendoza 1 for 2 on the day. He had a double in his first at-bat. Flew out to center field in his second. So folks, the game within the game for the Reinhardt Eagles. This has been the case for the last few seasons. Of course, they're vying for a spot in the NAIA World Series, but also the game within the game. Who's going to finish with the team lead in home runs? It's been back and forth all year. Zadunik, Kroll, and Lewis have been trading it throughout the season. With that last homer, Lewis tying Kroll. They each have 21 home runs on the year. So now we'll see what Luis Mendoza does here. Fouls this one off. Count now 2-1. An explosion in the 5th inning for the Reinhardt Eagles. Now we know that this doesn't mean that the game is out of reach. Point Park is a team that is definitely capable of coming up with their own explosive inning. We saw what they were able to do in their win against Jessup yesterday. So they're in this game, but Reinhardt putting a ton of pressure on them here in the 5th. A grounder by Mendoza. The grab is made. The throw is in time. That retires the side. So plenty of fireworks there in the top of the inning. We'll see what Point Park does for an answer. Reinhardt now ahead, 7-2.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
The shortstop to Carlos Martinez.
So now going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Point Park, they were ahead 2-0 going into the 5th. Reinhardt exploding with 6 runs in the top of this inning. Now we'll see if Point Park has an answer. Martinez, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. A chopper. Kroll gets it, and Medley steps on the bag. Quick out there for the Reinhardt Eagles.
And number 19, Carlos Burrows.
So Martinez moves to 1 for 2. Burrows, the outfielder, now at the plate. Burrows hit a single in his last plate appearance. Does have an RBI. Pops this one up deep in the left field, going back, and a catch made at the wall by Adrian Vargas. A leaping grab back against the wall. How do you respond? Adrian Vargas showing some championship mettle there for the Eagles. And it was right up against the wall, so it probably didn't save a home run. But nonetheless, a phenomenal play. Vargas back literally against the wall, leaping and grabbing that one. As we see now, the umpires are going to talk about something here, kind of unsure what the conversation is about.
We have two umpires called out for me.
So it seems like there was a bit of confusion on what the conference was about. The umpire confirms that it wasn't much ado about nothing there. So the out is secure. Great play by Adrian Vargas. Now back to the top of the order for Omar Murillo. Murillo 0 for 2 on the day. He was able to reach first by way of a fielder's choice earlier in this game. And from there, he was able to score a run. Right now, the count is 0-1. Medley deals. Popped up by Murillo, and it's into the infield. A few Eagles around it, and it will be caught by Luis Mendoza. Mendoza secures it for out number 3, retiring the side, ending the inning. Reinhardt able to solidify their momentum swing. Eagles ahead and in control, 7-2. Now in the 6th inning, Reinhardt flipping this game on its head in the 5th. They scored 6 runs in the top of the inning and then able to hold Point Park scoreless in the bottom. Matty Maurer, the backstop, back at the plate. Now Reinhardt, they have to feel good about where they are, but they can't feel comfortable just yet. This one, a grounder. And the throw is in time to first. That's out number 1.
That brings up center fielder number 1, Jamel Rickard.
Maurer moves to 0 for 2. Jamel Rickard coming up to the plate. Jamel Rickard had an RBI single in his last at-bat. Rivera remains on the mound for Point Park as they're looking to kind of steady things here. Reinhardt picked up a lot of momentum in that previous inning. We saw there Rickard show bunt, ends up pulling it back for strike 1. Small ball definitely an option for him. He's fast. He can beat out that tag at first. Count is 3-1. The pitch. Another grounder. A chopper. The throw is made to first base. That's out number 2. 2 quick outs in the 6th inning for Point Park. And back to the top of the order we go. Jared Burney at the plate. The third baseman. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He led things off in this game with a single. Since then, a fly out and a ground out. That pitch inside of Burney for ball number 1. Burney, did he go? Yes, he did. And it's one of those ones that when that little birdie in your head tells you to swing, you immediately regret it. You saw him there just too far across the plate to call it a check swing. Right there, a full-on swing from Burney, a swing and a miss for strike number 2. He's behind on the count 1-2. But something about Jared Burney, when there's 2 strikes on the board, he is a very comfortable batter with 2 strikes on the board. But not this time. Swing and miss, strike 3. Burney strikes out. Rivera, his first strikeout of the game. A quick half inning for the Eagles. They still lead 7-2. Now in the bottom of the 6th inning, Point Park looking for a response. All of a sudden, they're trailing by 5 runs. They were up 2-0 against Reinhardt. After posting those 2 runs in the 3rd, the Eagles offense, a sleeping giant through 3 innings. They were able to get one of those runs back in the 4th before exploding for 6 in the 5th. So now what will Point Park do here? Jared Campbell, the center fielder, is at the plate. Campbell's 1 for 2 on the day. A single in his last at-bat. Hits this one right near the Point Park dugout. Count knotted up at 2 apiece. Medley. The pitch goes past Matty Maurer. Fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Very important pitch coming up here. Right now, Point Park, even though it's not necessarily must score, it would behoove you to try to get something on the board, inch your way a little bit closer, especially at this point in the game where we know how potent they are offensively. Plenty of talent on their side. They have the horses to be able to get it done. We'll see if they can. Medley deals. This one hit deep out to left field, and it's grabbed by Adrian Vargas right near the wall. That one was well hit by Campbell, but Vargas making another play over there in left field.
Number 20, Isaac Santana.
Reinhardt's been locked in defensively. Their fielding has been superb. Right now, no errors as a team. No errors for Point Park for that matter as well. But Ben Medley, he has been great on the mound for Reinhardt. Definitely one of his more impressive starts of the season, especially when you consider the situation in the NAIA opening round and then the opponent, a team that is coming off of a 13-run outing, a squad that hits over 340 as a group, and also 105 home runs entering today's contest. But right now, Medley behind on the count, 3-0. Santana, the first baseman, is at the plate, 0 for 2 so far today. He's flown out twice. That pitch from Medley, a strike. Two consecutive strikes thrown from Medley. That fills the count at 3-2. Two consecutive full counts. Medley was able to force an out on the first one. What will he do for this one? The pitch from Ben Medley popped up deep out to right field. Going back. It's going back. It's fair. And it's a home run. Home run from Santana. The solo shot. Point Park inching a little bit closer. It's now 7-3 in favor of the Eagles. So Point Park inching closer, and that's what you need to be able to do. You can't expect to get it all back in one inning. That's a little bit unrealistic, especially with the way that Reinhardt is played. But the one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to get it all in one inning. You don't want to be in a position where you're down by 5 runs with only 3 outs to work with or 6 outs to work with, and you're putting so much pressure on your team to try to come through in that situation. That was precisely what Point Park needed to do. Scoring a run, just keep themselves within striking distance. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going. Medley surrendering the home run. Just the 5th hit of the game for Point Park. But probably none bigger than that one thus far. Brito behind on the count, 0-2. He's 0 for 2 so far in the game. Brito is still searching for his first hit of the NAIA opening round. And he watches that one for ball number 2. And that was bold from Brito, but a good eye there. Brito coming into this game batting .318, 37 RBIs. He's been one of the more consistent batters on this team, and he will advance to first after being struck by that pitch from Ben Medley. So Brito is able to advance. Medley hitting him there. And a pinch runner in for Point Park. It's number 8, Gene Santos. Santos, the 6-foot senior from Caguas, Puerto Rico. Formerly of Northeast Community College in Nebraska. So Coach Burton is going to have a conversation with his pitcher, Medley. Medley, again, been performing so well for the Reinhardt Eagles. He had done so much good. A little bit rocky there. In a full count situation, Santana goes yard. Faced 2 consecutive full counts and really going in opposite directions. The first one from Jared Campbell resulted in a fly out to left field. But that one, Isaac Santana, the first baseman, able to score a run by way of that solo shot. Also, there's a man on base, 4 Point Park. And that pitch nearly striking Javier Jr., who's at the plate now. Javier's 0 for 2 so far. Strike thrown from Ben Medley. This one popped up over the net by Javier. Count is now 1-2. Medley with the pitch. Javier, well hit deep out to left field, and it just goes foul. Javier hit a homer in Point Park's victory against Jessup. Thought he had another one there. So Ben Medley's going to return to the mound. He's ahead on the count, 1-2. Again, he's had a good start so far. We'll see what he does here. Javier's able to get out of the way of that one. Count now 2-2. Pitch from Medley. Javier pops it up and it goes foul. This one into the trees here at Ken White Field. Counts 2-2. Javier staying alive, giving himself more bites at the apple. Did he go? No, he did not. Call that some of the Reinhardt faithful voicing their displeasure of. Nonetheless, another full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The third full count here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And this one is popped up by Javier. Zadunik is underneath it. He makes the grab. That's out number 2. Javier flying out to right field. He's now 0 for 3 on the day. That brings up Williams coming up to the plate. Chris Williams, the 6-foot freshman from Miami, Florida. Formerly of Miami-Dade High School. And Williams watches that one outside and off the plate for ball number 1. This one drops a little bit on Medley. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Point Park would definitely love to add some more runs to their total, inch a little bit closer. They were able to cut the deficit from 5 to 4, as this one is a strike from Medley. Able to do that by way of the home run that came from Isaac Santana earlier in this inning. Still 4 runs, a tall order, especially with the Reinhardt team that's liable to put up even more. This one popped up by Williams in the left center field, and Jamel Rookert makes the play, retires the side, and ends the inning. Through 6, the Reinhardt Eagles looking sharp, still ahead, 7-3.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Second baseman, number 3, Marcelo Allen.
Top of the 7th inning. The top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles ahead against the 3 seed, the Point Park Pioneers, 7 runs to 3. Marcelo Allen now at the plate. Allen's 0 for 2 so far today. Pops this one in the right field, and it goes out of the glove of the right fielder Burrows' hands. Burrows can't come down with it. Marcelo Allen is going to get on base. The single. It's going to be his first hit of the ball game. I believe his first hit of the ball game. We'll wait to see the official scoring on that one. And they're going to call it a hit from Marcelo Allen. So Allen's now 1 for 3. Nash Kroll's at the plate. Kroll's 2 for 3 on the day. 2 singles. He was able to score earlier in this game after Dylan Lewis hit that massive 3-run shot. And now there'll be a conference on the mound. Rivera, as well as the entire infield, and Coach Torres for Point Park also joining them. Again, making sure that everything is everything. You have to constantly remind your guys in situations like these in postseason play, and you talk about an NAI opening round appearance, trying to push your way into the World Series. You have to constantly remind your guys about the gravity of the moment, the magnitude of the situation. Right now, you can really make things easier for your team if you're able to come away with a victory in this game. A loss, and you'll be forced to take the scenic route on your way to a World Series appearance. You'll make things exponentially more difficult for your squad. And again, just reminding your team of the stakes and making sure that everyone is on one page. So we're set to resume play here. Marcelo Allen was nearly caught off the bat, but he was able to return at first. Nash Kroll's already made his presence felt at the plate on 2 separate occasions in this game. That pitch dribbles down out of the dirt for ball number 1. So I'm sure that Point Park doesn't ideally want to go with another arm until at least the 8th inning. They want to try to get Rivera out of this inning. Again, you're talking about postseason play, and as these games go on, you become limited in the amount of arms that you have. And a team in Point Park that's coming off of an offensive slugfest that took place against Jessup, they had to use a few different guys. Kroll hits this one, and it goes right near the Point Park dugout and foul. Playoff time is usually the war of attrition. The team that is able to manage the fatigue and is able to overcome the adversity is generally the group that finds themselves on the other side. That pitch inside of Kroll. He's ahead on the count, 3-1. He's another guy from Reinhardt. His approach at the plate is generally pretty aggressive. Would not be surprised to see him swing here. But he takes it. He takes it for ball 4. He makes his way to first. Marcelo Allen makes his way to second. Now Tucker Zadunik at the plate. Zadunik 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first plate appearance, was walked in his second, and hit a single in his third. And Coach Torres is going to have a conversation with his pitcher. He's going to go with a pitching change. I'm sure that's not something he wanted to do ideally, but he understands the situation. He understands the magnitude of the moment. He's going to go in a different direction.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Pitching change has been made. The new pitcher in the game for Point Park, number 19, Javier Cardoso II, the 6-foot junior from Miami, Florida, formerly of Florida International University. And if Cardoso is a familiar name for Point Park fans in this tournament, it's especially true because Cardoso started for them in their game against Jessup. And Zadunik got a lot of that one. Well hit ball deep out to right field. And that ball is gone. We'll see you later. Tucker Zadunik, another home run for the Reinhardt Eagles. This one a 3-run shot. They take the lead 10-3. Tucker Zadunik, the former All-American, stepping up once again for the Reinhardt Eagles. And they are firmly in control of this game.
Number 8, Dylan Lewis.
The Reinhardt Eagles firmly in control of this game. Another home run for them. Dylan Lewis hit the homer 2 innings ago. They're in the 5th. A 3-run shot. Zadunik matching him with a 3-run shot of his own. So Zadunik in the game within the game, the race to see who's going to be the leader in the clubhouse for home runs. He says, don't forget about me. He's a little bit far behind at this point in the year. But that his 16th home run of the season. That was big for Reinhardt. Now up to 99 home runs on the year as a team. Lewis reached down for that one. And it's going to drop just on the wrong side of the line and foul. But my goodness, that was an absolute moonshot from Tucker Zadunik. He came up big. Right now, Point Park reeling. And now the sky looking a little ominous here at Ken White Field. Hope that the elements remain a non-factor. The pitch from Cardoso, swing and miss from Lewis. He strikes out. That's out number 1 for Reinhardt here in the 7th.
Number 4, Adrian Vargas.
Now coming up to the plate, the left fielder, Adrian Vargas. A strike there. Vargas grounding out the last time that we've seen him. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He does have a double. Vargas hits this one, makes his way into left field. Second hit of the game for Adrian Vargas.
Brings up the shortstop, number 11, Luis.
Now it's Luis Mendoza coming up to the plate. Mendoza had a double earlier. Grounded out in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3 so far today. That one a strike from Mendoza. This one leaks in the right field from Mendoza. Vargas is at second. Mendoza at first. Still just one out on the board. Reinhardt a chance to really put this game out of reach.
Pitch running first to Reinhardt. Number 31, Sam Kilgore.
Pinch runner in for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 31, Sam Kilgore. Kilgore, the pinch runner from Mendoza, at the plate. The catcher, number 18, Matty Mauer. Mauer's 0 for 2 on the day. Right now, Kilgore at first. Vargas is at second. That pitch from Cardoso was low. Ball number 2. That pitch a strike. Cardoso ahead on the count. This one popped up by Mauer, deep out to left field, and it will be caught along the warning track. Nice play there from Williams, also able to hold Vargas at second. So the runners remain at first and second. Still a guy in scoring position.
Number 1, Jamal Ruckert.
Jamel Ruckert, the outfielder at the plate. Ruckert 1 for 3 so far today. Does have an RBI. Cardoso deals, swing and miss from Ruckert. Strike number 1. These offensive explosions from Reinhardt, we've seen them do this all throughout the season. Right now, Point Park against the ropes. The 1 seed, the host institution, in firm control. Pitch is low for ball number 1.
I'm watching it, and they are eliminated. Season over.
So Ruckert fouls that one off. Count now 2-2. The pitch. Ruckert hits this one, and it drops into left center field. Vargas making the mad dash to home plate. He will get there. Kilgore's right behind him. He's going to score as well. Sam Kilgore and Adrian Vargas both scoring runs. Jamel Ruckert, his second hit of the game. A 2 RBI double. Ruckert, 3 RBIs on the day.
Now batting number 10, Jared Burney.
Jamel Ruckert making his presence felt at the plate for the Reinhardt Eagles. 2 for 4 on the day, 3 RBIs. Reinhardt ahead 12-3. Adrian Vargas was able to score. Sam Kilgore was running as fast as he could to try to join him at home plate. And now Jared Burney at the plate for the Reinhardt Eagles. Burney 1 for 4 on the day. Right now for the Eagles, 8 different guys with at least 1 hit. 13 hits in the game for Reinhardt. So a pitching change has already been made, so you definitely know that Coach Torres does not want to make any more switches. Cardoso deals. Burney does a nice job of staying alive. Count remains 1-2. Cardoso just needs 1 more strike to retire the side. And he reaches down for that one, but the throw is made to first in time. Out number 3. That retires the Eagles. Reinhardt continuing their momentum. The 1 seed looking good. They remain ahead, 12-3.
Join SESN for an unmatched sports experience. Dive into the world of game highlights, real-time updates, and electrifying coverage. With SESN, you're not just watching sports, you're living them. Be the first to know, the first to see, and the first to share every big moment. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
So a pitching change has been made for the Reinhardt Eagles. Ben Medley's day is done, surrendering just 3 earned runs through 6 innings of work. And now on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles is the senior righty, number 6, Kobe Allison. Allison will be making his 22nd appearance of the season, his 20th in relief, sporting a 6.58 ERA. But for fans of the Reinhardt Eagles, the last time that we've seen Kobe Allison came in their matchup in the NAIA the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament. It was a start against the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs during the conference championship. Allison started that game, one of just 2 starts of the season for him, as this one is lifted up by Jordan Campbell deep out to left center field. Over the wall, and that one is gone. A home run from Jordan Campbell. Point Park gets a little bit closer after that solo shot. It's now 12-4.
Home run by Jordan Campbell, Point Park. Now batting shortstop, number 2, Carlos Martinez.
So score is now 12-4. Last time Kobe Allison was on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles, he started in that game against Tennessee Wesleyan went 6 innings against one of the best teams in the country, surrendered only 1 earned run across those 7 innings of work. A few different Eagles around this pop-up. Zadunik is able to secure it. So down goes Martinez. And now coming up to the plate, Carlos Burrows. Burrows in his last at-bat flew out to left field. So Kobe Allison gives up a home run. The solo homer can't really be considered much of a terrible thing. If you're going to give up a home run, let it be a solo shot. Doesn't really do too much for Point Park, but it does allow them to inch a little bit closer, now trailing by 8 runs. The big thing for them is going to be trying to string these together, because you have to be thinking about that light at the end of the tunnel. With all intents and purposes, you're down to 8 outs. So every single at-bat is critical. Right now, Burrows ahead on the count, 3-0. Allison deals a strike. A fantastic frame from Matty Mauer. That pitch is a bit high. Ball number 4. Burrows is going to make his way to first.
And second baseman number 1, Omar Murillo.
1 man on. Omar Murillo coming up to the plate for Point Park. Now again, not too dire of a situation for Point Park, but they definitely need to try to score some runs in bunches. Need to inch themselves closer into this game. Murillo's 0 for 3 so far today. Strike from Allison. Reinhardt, they've received the offensive explosion they've been waiting for in postseason play. Grounder from Murillo makes its way into right field. Burrows is at second. Murillo, his first hit of the game, he's now at first.
Batting number 3, Jared Campbell.
Come on, Kelby!
At the plate, Jared Campbell. Campbell 1 for 3 on the day. Campbell flew out to left field in his last at-bat. Murillo's at first. Burrows is at second. Allison deals. Pitch is a little bit low for ball number 2.
Come on, 6!
So now there's going to be an infield conference. You see Jared Burney talking with Kobe Allison. Mauer, Kroll, Alan Mendoza will join them on the mound. Reinhardt trying to hold on to their lead. Right now, 12-4 in favor of the top-seeded Eagles. The count is 2-0. Jared Campbell at the plate. 2 men on for Point Park. Do they have an offensive flurry in them? That pitch inside for ball number 3. Again, as great as Reinhardt's team's been offensively, Point Park has been arguably just as successful as they have been at the plate this year. That pitch is low for ball 4. Bases now loaded for the Point Park Pioneers. Coach Burton, he's going out and he's going to have a conversation with his pitcher. We'll see what move is made here. Will a pitching change happen? Seems like it will. So Kobe Allison's day is done. A change has been made, and stepping on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 35, Ryan Mahoney. Mahoney, a freshman, 6'1" righty out of Loganville, Georgia, an alum of Grayson High School. So Mahoney comes in and feels like the story for a few different guys in Reinhardt's pitching staff, but again, there have been moments where Ryan Mahoney has looked absolutely untouchable for the Eagles. Earlier this season in a game against Cumberland, Mahoney went for about 3 scoreless innings. And we'll see if he can step up here for the Eagles. Bases loaded. Point Park trying to get themselves back into the ball game. So now set to resume play. Allison came in, gave up a home run, and then the bases became loaded. We'll see what Ryan Mahoney will do for the Eagles. Now Mahoney, as a pitcher, likes to throw a lot of off-speed stuff. That pitch a strike. It's definitely a tough pitcher to figure out, especially in a relief setting. Swing and miss for strike number 2. Santana's 1 for 3 on the day. He does have a home run. That pitch low and into the dirt for ball number 2. So the count is now 2-2. That pitch low and into the dirt. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A walk in Point Park will be able to put another run on the board. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and miss for strike 3. Down goes Santana. First strikeout of the game for Ryan Mahoney.
Big out right here.
Macaulay Brito, the catcher, coming up to the plate. Brito is 0 for 5 so far in the NAIA opening round, still searching for his first hit of the week. He was able to get on base earlier in this game after being hit by a pitch from Reinhardt starter Ben Medley. This one popped up by Brito, and it's going to go foul over the net. Point Park Pioneers, not a bad offensive showing for them. 7 hits. They haven't been able to turn a lot of those hits into runs. Just 4 runs as a team so far. Trailing by 8. That one goes low and into the dirt. And it might have caught Maurer at a place where the sun does not shine. We're going to make sure that he's okay. He's in pain. Definitely hurt him a little bit. Oh, he's actually holding his leg. So we'll see if Matty Maurer's all right. The trainer's going to check on him as well as Coach Burton. And we'll return when that situation figures itself out. Eagles ahead, 12-4. You got to give Matty Maurer a lot of credit. For fans of the Eagles, they've seen games where Matty Maurer's gotten pretty banged up on multiple occasions, and each time he takes a moment and he stays in the game. A lot of credit to him. An absolute warrior. So Maurer's okay. At the plate, the count is 3-1. This one well struck by Brito in a center field. It drops in front of Reinhardt. 1 run scores for Point Park. And another. Brito's first hit of the game. He drives in 2 runs for Point Park.
Now batting number 10. Eddie Javier Jr.
Score is now 10-6. 12-6. The Reinhardt Eagles lead. Swing and miss from Javier Jr., who's now at the plate. Javier looking for his first hit of the game. Counts 0-1. Count 0-1, a check-in over at second. Mahoney deals. Javier lifts this one in the left center field. It drops. Reinhardt tries to corral it. 1 run is going to score for Point Park. It's now 12-7. Javier's first hit of the game. A double, and it drives in another run. And it seems like another pitching change for Coach Burton's squad. So, folks, we have a weather phenomenon here in Waleska, Georgia. The sun came out around the 5th inning, but now we have a heavy downpour of rain. All of a sudden, the rain is coming down. The score is 12-7. The 1 seed, the Reinhardt Eagles, leading the 3-seeded Point Park Pioneers. Pioneers have been able to score 4 runs in the bottom of this inning after Reinhardt exploded for 5 in the top of the inning. And it seems like we're going to have a stoppage of play as they figure out this weather situation. It is a unique weather phenomenon here in Waleska. The sun is out, but it is a heavy downpour of rain. And the players are going to remain on the field. Initially, it seemed like play was going to stop. But now it appears that it will resume. So the Reinhardt Eagles and the Point Park Pioneers, it seems like they're going to continue to play on. So Reinhardt makes another pitching change. This time, they're inserting one of the best relievers in the entire country, number 36, Brett Allen. Allen coming into this game, this will be his 27th appearance of the season, his 25th in relief. Allen, the native of Newcastle, Australia, the junior righty, goes into this game with a 2.76 ERA. Again, he's been one of the very best relievers in the entire country and just needs to secure one more out for the Reinhardt Eagles to get them out of the inning. And the rain continues to fall here in Waleska, Georgia. This is, again, a unique phenomenon. The sun is out. The heat has definitely turned up, but the rain is coming down. But Brett Allen looks unfazed. 2 consecutive strikes thrown from him. The count is now 1-2. It's Williams, the outfielder, out the plate. That pitch from Allen outside for ball number 2. Williams flew out to center field in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day. This one popped up and fouled off the net. And much respect to the players. It seemed like the players were the ones lobbying to remain on the field and play through this unique weather situation. Brett Allen with the pitch. This one popped up into the air by Williams. Ruckert makes the grab, ends the inning. Out number 3. So offensive fireworks on both sides. Reinhardt comes out with the upper hand. They lead 12-7.
The score at the end of 7. Reinhardt 12, Point Park 7. We'd like to ask fans if you have a silver Honda Accord with the plates 53B SEC. That's a silver Honda Accord with the plates 53B SEC. You are blocking the main driveway up top with a bus. Please move your car immediately. Thank you. Top the 8 for the Eagles.
So now,
Number 3.
coming up to the plate, number 2, Jacob Prophet, entering as a pinch hitter. He scored a run earlier in the game as a pinch runner, now coming in as a pinch hitter. Cardoso remains on the mound for Point Park. Prophet was thinking bunt there. Instead, it'll be strike 1. Right now, the 1 seed, the Reinhardt Eagles, leading the 3-seeded Point Park Pioneers. Score is 12-7 in Point Park again. Very successful at the plate throughout this season. Prophet hits this one. It goes into the corner. Prophet rounding first, making his way to second. Prophet is going to stay at second base. A double for Jacob Prophet. His first at-bat of the game, and it's a double.
Number 30, Nash.
Prophet's made his presence felt in multiple ways already. Came in as a pinch runner and scored a run earlier in this game. Right there, coming in as a pinch hitter and getting the leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Now coming up to the plate, number 30, Nash Kroll, the first baseman. Kroll 2 for 3 on the day. He was walked in his last plate appearance. He has 2 doubles. A base hit surely brings Jacob Prophet home. Reinhardt in need of some insurance. That pitch, at first glance, appeared a bit inside of Kroll, but the umpire calls strike. Count now 1-1. Point Park, really talented offensive group. Reinhardt definitely wants to try to score some insurance runs here. Create some distance between themselves and the Pioneers. Again, the loser of this game will face off against the Kaiser Seahawks tomorrow in game 1 of day 3. From there, the team will have to win 3 games in order to clinch an NAIA opening round title.
Whoever screamed just then messed him up.
So that ball goes just on the wrong side of the line. Counts now 2-2. So Prophet was able to take advantage of the confusion. He's now in scoring position. Inside move. Cardoso decides not to throw it. That's his only free pass. Another one, and it will result in a balk. This one well struck by Kroll, deep out to left field. And we'll see you later. A home run for the Reinhardt Eagles. A 2-run shot from Nash Kroll. Prophet's gonna score as well. Kroll 3 for 4 on the day. Reinhardt Eagles, that was big for them. And now Coach Torres is going to have a conversation on the mound with Cardoso. And that fearsome trio that the Reinhardt Eagles employ, that 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup, Kroll, Zadunik, and Lewis, home runs from each of them in this game. And that just underscores the talent that this team has. And when all 3 of those guys are firing and clicking at the plate, this team becomes very difficult to beat. 14 runs scored from the Reinhardt Eagles, 15 hits as a unit. Again, Nash Kroll, another home run. Pitching change made for Point Park. Cardoso is going to go back to the dugout. His day is done. Now on the mound, number 28, Kenneth Rowland. Rowland, a 6'6" senior from Ponce, Puerto Rico, and formerly from Cowley Community College in Kansas. Reinhardt Eagles. They needed some insurance, and they went to the right place. Nash Kroll came up big for Reinhardt yet again. Talked about, again, that game within the game. Who's going to finish as a leader in the clubhouse for home runs? Kroll just pulled back in front of Dylan Lewis with that one. He now has 22 on the season. This one popped up by Zadunik. Campbell's underneath it. He secures the catch. Out number one here in the top of the eighth.
Brings up to the eighth, number 8, Dylan Lewis.
Now Dylan Lewis coming up to the plate. Lewis 1 for 4 today. Of course, that one, a very loud one, a home run. Reinhardt ahead by 7 runs. The 1 seed looking sharp offensively here today. Swing and missed by Lewis in strike 1. Now again, Reinhardt cannot feel like this game is over. Point Park is going to have 6 outs to work with, and a team that can get hot in the plate in their own right. Swing and a miss from Dylan Lewis in strike 2.
Come on, 8. Come on, 8.
But right now, the Pioneers just need to give themselves a chance. The way they do that is Rowland being able to hold this lineup at bay. Dylan Lewis cracks this one. It leaks in the left field. A single from Dylan Lewis, his second hit of the ball game.
All right, number 4, Adrian Vargas.
Coming up to the plate now for the Reinhardt Eagles, the outfielder Vargas. Vargas 2 for 4 so far today. His last plate appearance resulted in a single. He's also scored a run in this game. That pitch a bit high for ball number 1. 1 man on for Reinhardt and Dylan Lewis, and Lewis is at first. Still just 1 out on the board, so Reinhardt a chance to add even more runs to their total. And pitch a bit high, ball number 2. Another pitch, a bit high, a bit off the plate, ball number 3. And a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Point Park absolutely wants to try to hold this Reinhardt lineup at bay. Of course, Reinhardt wants to continue to pour it on. Ahead by 7 runs, looking to make it even more. Vargas is going to walk. He's going to make his way to first. Lewis now in scoring position at second.
Now that is number 11, Luis Mendoza.
Luis Mendoza coming up to the plate for Reinhardt. Mendoza's 2 for 4 on the day. His last plate appearance resulted in a single. Pitch inside for ball number 1. Point Park cycled through a few different pitchers in that game against Jessup. They've done the same in this matchup against Reinhardt. How many more guys do they really have left in their staff? Have to be getting pretty thin at this point in the game. We've seen Parker, Moreno, Rivera, Cardoso, and now Rowland. This one chopped off by Mendoza and foul near the Point Park dugout. Two runners on, just one out on the board. Reinhardt in prime position to add more runs to their total, stretch their lead out, and make it nearly insurmountable. That pitch low and into the dirt for ball number 3. The pitch popped up by Mendoza. Brito, the catcher, is tracking it. And it goes just foul. Brito tried to come underneath that one, was unable to corral it. That fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, clipped by Mendoza, stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Reinhardt in firm control of this one. It's 14-7. 16 hits on the day. Point Park desperately needs to try to slow them down here. Keep them quiet for the remainder of this inning. Reinhardt already has scored 2 runs in this inning by way of that massive home run from Nash Kroll. That pitch is inside for ball number 3. Mendoza is going to make his way to first. Base is now loaded for the Reinhardt Eagles. As the catcher, Matty Maurer, makes his way to the plate.
Now batting number 18, Matty Maurer.
Maurer still searching for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3 so far. Last plate appearance was a fly out to left field. And you see the catcher, Macaulay Brito, barking out orders to his team, his pitcher, as well as his entire infield. Bases loaded for the Reinhardt Eagles. 1 out on the board. The sack is definitely in play. Swing and miss from Matty Maurer. And strike number 1. Now for Reinhardt, you can't take your foot off the gas. You have to continue to try to pour it on as much as you can. That pitch a bit low. Brito doing a nice job of keeping it in front of him. If that ball gets past him, Dylan Lewis is definitely going to be making his way home. Brito doing a good job of fighting to keep that in his grasp. So the umpires are going to have a conversation, curious to know what this talk is going to be about. Doesn't seem like much. And we'll play ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The winner of this game clinches their spot in game 2 tomorrow. The loser of this game will have to earn their way to that game by defeating the Kaiser Seahawks. This one lifted up by Maurer, deep out to left field. It's going back against the wall. It's caught, but Dylan Lewis is going to score. Vargas safe at third. Lewis safe at home. Sack fly by Matty Maurer. drives in a run for the Reinhardt Eagles. It's now 15-7. The offensive dominance continues for Reinhardt. Jamel Rooker now coming up to the plate. Rooker's 2 for 4 today. 3 RBIs. His last plate appearance resulted in a double. This one popped up by Rooker deep out to right field, and it's going to go on the wrong side of the foul pole. Counts now 0-2. So Roland 1 strike away from retiring the side. This one popped up by Rooker into right field. The catch is made. That's out number 3. So we prepare to switch sides. Reinhardt, the 1 seed, in firm control, 15-7. So now resuming play here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jordan Campbell at the plate. Campbell, his first plate appearance since hitting a home run for the Point Park Pioneers. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Brett Allen remains on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles. A strike there from Allen. Point Park, they've had a nice offensive showing in this game. Swing and miss from Campbell in strike 2. They have 9 hits as a team. They've put up 7 runs. It's just unfortunate for them that they have been on the wrong side of a Reinhardt avalanche. The Eagles, 15 runs scored in this game, 16 hits as a group. 9 batters have recorded hits for the Reinhardt Eagles in this game. Full count there. Campbell draws the walk. He's going to make his way to first. Martinez, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. He had a hit earlier in this game, a double. Hasn't had much success since. His last plate appearance was a fly out to right field. Brett Allen, a first-team all-conference selection for the Reinhardt Eagles. Again, one of the very best relievers in the entire country. That pitch a bit inside of Martinez, and it's ball number 1. Now again, Point Park, unrealistic for them to be able to put up 8 runs in a single inning. So you have to try to inch your way a little bit closer. You need to find a way to string a few of them together and slash that deficit a little bit. You don't want to put yourself in a position where your back's against the wall and you have to come up with 8 runs just to have a chance to force it in the extras. Swing and miss from Martinez, and strike number 2. That knots up the count at 2 apiece. That is the last thing that you want. Right now, the Pioneers still have a little bit of life. Martinez fouls it off, stays alive. It isn't probable that a comeback would happen, but it's definitely possible, especially in the NAIA postseason. Expect the unexpected, folks. Allen deals A grounder by Martinez. Bernie scoops it up, makes a hop, makes the throw to first. Kroll stays on the bag, and that's out number 1. So Martinez grounding out, but the lead runner is now in scoring position. Jordan Campbell is at second. Burrows, the right fielder, coming up to the plate. He was walked in his last plate appearance. And that one very nearly hitting Burrows. He was able to get out of the way. That was 85 miles an hour, aiming straight for his shoulder. Good job by him to find a way to get out of harm's way. Counts 1-0. And that pitch, a strike. We saw him do that similar shoulder roll on that second pitch. And sometimes pitchers like to throw a few pitches inside to own the zone. Maybe that's what Allen was doing there, a little gamesmanship. This one is popped up by Burrows. Allen tracking it, and he's able to make the grab right in front of the Point Park dugout.
Number 1, Omar Maria.
Allen showing off the leather there. Securing that one. Point Park down to just 5 outs. Pardon me, down to just 4 outs. Back to the top of their batting order in Omar Murillo. Murillo's 1 for 4 so far today. His last at-bat was a single. He pops this one up. It's going deep into right field. Zadunik is tracking it along the warning track. He secures it. That's out number 3. That ends the inning. Going into the 9th, the Reinhardt Eagles in total control. But can Point Park pull off a little postseason magic? We'll see. Eagles ahead, 15-7.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
So now the top of the 9th inning. The Reinhardt Eagles a chance to push their lead up even more. Already ahead by 8 runs. Jared Burney back at the plate, the leadoff man for the Reinhardt Eagles. Got things going with a single earlier today. He's been quiet ever since. His last plate appearance resulting in a ground out. On the mound for Point Park, number 34, Ethan Van Scoy. Van Scoy, 6'5", sophomore from Temecula, California. Formerly of Mount San Jacinto College. Count is 1-2. Van Scoy deals a grounder. It's secured. The throw to first is made in time for out number 1. Coming up to the plate now for the Reinhardt Eagles, Jacob Profit. Profit is 1 for 1 so far today. He scored 2 runs. He got on base earlier as a pinch runner for Matty Maurer, and then was able to get himself back on base with a single a few innings ago. Profit was thinking bunt there. Instead, it would be a strike from Van Scoy. Now this is that point for Point Park. His Profit felt like he got hit by that when an umpire disagrees. Tells him to make his way back into the batter's box, but this is that point a few innings ago where the game really turned. Point Park has Profit up right now. Nash Kroll's on deck for the Reinhardt Eagles. If Reinhardt is able to extend this half inning, you make things very difficult for yourself as this one is popped up in the left field and secured for the Pioneers. That's out number 2. Profit flying out to Williams. So Nash Kroll coming up to the plate, but again, this is that point where if you allow the half inning to be extended, this is the heart of Reinhardt's lineup coming up. That group, Kroll, Zdunek, and Lewis, all 3 of them with home runs in this game. Point Park needs to find a way to secure out number 3. They only have 3 outs left to work with as a team to try to get themselves back into the game. Already trailing by 8 runs, you cannot give the Reinhardt Eagles a chance to extend their lead any further. Kroll watches that one for strike number 1. Nash Kroll is 3 for 4 on the day. His last plate appearance, a home run. That pitch off the plate for ball number 3. Kroll pops this one up. It's going to go high in the right center field. Campbell was underneath it, but he'll go away and allow his right fielder Burrows to secure it. That's out number 3. Point Park has 3 outs to work with. Can they pull off a miracle, or will the 1 seed move on? We'll find out in a few moments. Reinhardt ahead, 15-7. Bottom of the 9th inning, Jared Campbell, Santana, and Brito, the 3 due up for the Point Park Pioneers. Is they're in need of a miracle, folks. They're trailing by 8 runs. The 1-seeded Reinhardt Eagles have been in firm control of this one. Nice play by Bernie to secure it. And what a throw to Nash Kroll at first in time. Again, Jared Burney was not a member of the Appalachian Athletic Conference Gold Glove team. A very curious decision, but he is one of the very best infielders defensively in the entire country, showing off there. So now Point Park down to just 2 outs. What can they do here? Santana has a home run in this game. He's 1 for 4 today. Brett Allen on the mound, dealing, swing and miss by Santana. There's been a few times that he's kind of labored over that right arm, stretching it out. That'll be something to watch for. And Santana hits this one, falls right in front of Zdunek, and it seems like that arm is fine. A single for Santana. He gets on board with Macaulay Brito, the backstop, coming up to the plate. Brito is 1 for 3 today. Was able to get his first hit of the NAIA opening round in his previous at-bat. An RBI single. 1 man on base for Point Park. Santana's at first. This one clipped by Brito into the net and foul. And a ball from Allen. Counts 2-1. That pitch from Allen, a strike. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santana over at first wasn't really a fan of that call. Nonetheless, it's knotted up at 2 apiece. Brito, Allen looking for the double play. 1-6-3, and that will end the game. Brett Allen stepping up for the Reinhardt Eagles, and the top seed in the Waleska bracket will move on. Reinhardt clinching their spot in tomorrow's second game. It's the Point Park Pioneers will take the loss. They move to 42-14, and an elimination game will commence tomorrow. Kaiser versus Point Park. The loser sees their season come to an end. The winner will move on to face the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles. Reinhardt, 1 win away from their first NAIA World Series appearance since 2018. Will they be able to finish the job? Tune in tomorrow to find out. Their final score, the Reinhardt Eagles 15, Point Park 7.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach.
Culinary arts. Auditor.
A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge. Open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyestoofficiating.com.
Join SESN for an unmatched sports experience. Dive into the world of game highlights, real-time updates, and electrifying coverage. With SESN, you're not just watching sports, you're living them. Be the first to know, the first to see, and the first to share every big moment. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.